There's benefit in making yourself do something that you don't really want to do, right? Maybe you do want to go to the yoga class, but then like when you're in class, there's definitely gonna be
Chaturanga.
stuff that you don't want to do. Like, oh yeah, like, chair pose, like, oh great, like, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You're holding your warrior two or whatever it is, and you're just in it for like longer than you would want to be.
Yeah.
Um, all those little things come up, and then more difficult poses, you're in your crow pose, you're trying to hold it until they tell you not to come out of it, or like whatever it is. There are all these little challenges built into class as well. um, but like you touched on, like what happens in your head when those things come up. So when you're put in this situation of some challenge or some struggle or some suffering or whatever, like how are you gonna react
Show
to it?
up. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the class kind of forces you to just deal with it because you can't say anything. And like, you're in a class with other people, you don't want to stop doing the thing. You don't want to be like the person that, just stands there or puts their arms down or whatever. You're like, you're in the class, so you made the commitment to try to do everything that the teacher says, along
Mm.
with taking care of yourself, whatever. Maybe you do need child's pose for a moment, cool. But like in each moment, you should be trying to do the best that you can. And you
Mm-hmm.
realize what your mind is telling you, like when that happens, and you realize that it's just bullshit, basically.
Right.
Like, you're standing there, so, whatever. You're in your warrior two with your arms extended, and you're like, man, my shoulders are burning. I want to put my arms down. And then, but if you question that, you're like, why do you want to put your arms down? There's no real answer to that,
Right.
other than it is just like, oh, well, it's uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
toughen up. Come on, man. Like,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
that's what you're doing here. Like, you entered class knowing that things would be uncomfortable. So now you want to stop because it's uncomfortable? Like, you just hold through it. And you kind of get that, you kind of harden your mental abilities and your ability to realize that there's something going on in your head that isn't necessarily you, or like, you get to make that final decision. So there's something going on, and then there's also the you that gets to actually make the decision.
Right.